Hey everyone, Szabo here and welcome to a new tournament here on the channel. A bit of a shorter one than the King of the Cruiserweights was. This is going to be the King of Carnage. Now, it is going to be a hardcore rules pay-per-view sort of style thing, but it isn't going to be... we're going to do a bigger one later on, is what I'm trying to say. We're going to do some sort of King of the Deathmatch style one with the likes of Abdullah the Butcher and so forth. This is more of a group of guys who can wrestle, but also like to use weapons at the same time, so a little bit different. And the reasons behind that will become clear as we move on. But in this episode, we're going to have all of the first round matches from this first bracket. There is also a second bracket as well, which will see the first round matches for tomorrow. So without further ado, let's get straight into our opening match of the evening. Cactus Jack versus Terry Funk. And here we go. Opening match of the King of Carnage tournament. Which one of these two guys will make it through to that all-important second round? What do you think of the arena? It's a bit weird, isn't it? I'm not sure how I feel about it, but I quite like it. I must admit, I quite like it. So, Cactus Jack versus Terry Funk. A classic battle. A classic battle from the ages. Of course, from that legendary Japanese hardcore tournament. All the way through to their time in ECW. And, of course, in WWE for a little bit of time as well, the pair of them. And I'm looking forward to this match. We've got some really good matches for you in this first round, haven't we? If you scanned up and down that list of matches when we were looking. We've got RVD versus Jerry Lynn. We have got Jay Briscoe taking on Dean Ambrose. And our main event for this episode is going to be one of the classic hardcore matches from ECW. Taz versus Sabu. That's an amazing match just to start off with, isn't it, really? And then tomorrow, like I said, we'll see the other 8 first round competitors. It's going to be a really interesting match. Like I said, it's the sort of way we've tried to go with this is we've tried to go a bit more people who can wrestle but do like to use weapons rather than just out and out hardcore wrestlers. That will come a little bit later on. We will have a King of the Deathmatch style tournament involving all of the hardcore people. I think this is the place we wanted to start, and there is reasons behind that, and I will discuss them as we go on moving forward in this tournament. So good old Terry Funk, the very old Terry Funk. I think he's in his 80s now, is he? Has he actually officially retired yet? Because he keeps ending up in the ring every now and again. He says he's retired, and he has a match again. It's like, I'm not really believing you anymore. He's 73, not 80. I apologise, Terry Funk. He's 73. Is he still wrestling? Yep. Return to the independent circuit. In September 2016, Funk announced his retirement at a House of Hardcore show. Okay, he has officially retired as of last September. So his career did span across 50 years. But you got to think this man was like... So this man retired when he was 72. That's incredible. That really is incredible. That's crazy when you think about it, isn't it? Straight away, these two guys looking for weapons on the outside. Oh, I didn't realise the ring steps looked like that, but I've not done the ring steps like that on purpose, I must admit. That's brand new to me. He was in New Japan as well. In 2010, Terry Funk appeared teaming with, oh god, Nakanishi, Chono and Chosro to take on Tomohiro Ishii, Toriyano, Slickaza and Abdullah the Butcher. Interesting. He's been basically used, I think, very limited, hasn't he, in the last few years. Of course, from Toyo's retirement, just as a guy to bring people in. Everyone knows Terry Funk, don't they? And of course, there's that legendary match in ECW, Terry Funk versus Sabu. Was that the first ever? Whatchamacallit? First ever barbed wire match, that's the one. And this fight now on the outside. This is what we're expecting. We're expecting a lot of this. We're expecting a lot of battles on the outside. We're expecting a lot of weapons. We're expecting blood in this tournament as well. And I, for one, will be disappointed if there is no blood. Big knee to the face there by Cactus, and that sent Terry Funk launching across the air. Cactus now not quite sure what to do with himself, but he does have that kendo stick straight across the face now of the Funker. What just happened? Nothing. So my phone just lit up then for no reason. I don't know why it does that. It lit up literally like something had happened, then just went back off again. Like a troll me. As Cactus continuing the assault here now on the outside. And Cactus is in firm control. There's another big knee to the face of Terry Funk. Cactus, oh, slamming right against the back of Funk, but I think Funk rolled away from it. Now Funk catching Cactus, taking him up the outside, but Cactus fighting his way out the suplex. Sending the Funker back into the ring. Big elbow across the face. And what do you think of the arena? As you can tell, we've gone for an orange theme for this one. Try and make sure all of our colour, all of our shows or tournaments and so forth have some sort of theme to them. I quite like it, actually. I think the blood splatter looks... I tried to change it to blood splatter on a black background, and that just didn't look right. It's not the very best looking picture, really. As Cactus there with a big boot in the gut of Terry Funk now drops into the pin. 1, 2... Ooh, that was really close, that was. I don't know how it was so close. There was literally not much to that at all. Cactus now lining Terry Funk up. Oh, he takes him up into a pile driver. Into the pin, and this could be Cactus through. 1, 2... Oh no, Funk kicked out again. Wow. It's quite impressive. Cactus can't seem to believe it now, stamping on the arm of Funk. Cactus heading his way up top. Going high risk, but that's exactly what this tournament's all about, and the big elbow drop lands. Two. And now Cactus Jack does get the victory, and Terry Funk has been knocked out in the first round of the King of Carnage tournament. There's a big knee strike in the face. I'm surprised that Funk lasted so long, to be honest. Especially after that pile driver as well. And Cactus is making his way through to the second round to face off against the winner of Rob Van Dam and Jerry Lynn, which is coming up for you right next. And that's going to be an interesting one for Cactus, because that's a completely different style of wrestler for him. A bit more high flying, and that could be a very tricky match for him. But let's see what happens. As we're about to move on now, Cactus is milking his victory parade. Bang bang. So like I said, here is the next match. The winner of this one will face up against Cactus Jack. Of course, it is a Rob Van Dam and Jerry Lynn. And here we go. Again, another historic match. I don't know why it keeps changing. I don't know. I just don't know why it does that. Another historic match. Two guys who are very, very good friends. I've put on some incredible matches over the years. Of course in ECW, and of course that night in TNA where they did that hardcore revival in TNA, that was pretty damn good as well. And of course they must have clashed in WWE at some point as well, you would imagine. They must have clashed in WWE. Mr. Monday Night, Rob Van Dam. He looks very home here. Of course, no disqualifications, no countouts. You can do whatever you want in this place, and that is going to suit a lot of these ex-ECW guys a lot. But I think everyone in this tournament is quite well adapted to that, aren't they? Really, Funk and Cactus we've already seen. Jay Briscoe, maybe not as much. Of course, spent the majority, I think he's spent all of his career, hasn't he, in Ring of Honor and New Japan. And Dean Ambrose, of course, former Combat Zone wrestler, Combat Zone wrestling wrestler. I suppose how you pronounce it. He did, I believe, participate in certain death matches, which is why he has to wrestle wearing a vest, because his back is covered in barbed wire scars. And then of course we've got Taz and Sabu. You don't really need to say much about those two guys, do you really? Those two guys are pretty brutal, pretty well versed at using hardcore items. So, we're ready. Rob Van Dam versus Jerry Lynn. The bell goes and we are underway. RVD straight with a boot in the gut of Jerry Lynn. Into the turnbuckle. And again, RVD sending Jerry Lynn off the ropes and brings him back into the arm drag. Stamping on the back now. And RVD, a lovely cartwheel there into a moonsault. May not have been necessary, the cartwheel, but it's great for show. We're just stamping on the gut of Jerry Lynn now. Rolls him over and stamps on the back of the arm. Rob Van Dam just pacing around the ring now, trying to decide what to do next as he hops over the top. Oh, decides against going for a springboard now as Jerry Lynn was slowly getting back up to his knees. Van Dam gets caught there by Lynn playing possum. And there's a bulldog there by Jerry Lynn on Rob Van Dam. And now Jerry Lynn's the one underneath the ring looking for some weaponry. Looking for maybe an equaliser in this one. He does have himself a steel chair, but RVD managed to knock that chair right out of the hands of Jerry Lynn that sends him into our announce table here before sending him back into the ring. RVD making sure that he's staying in control of this match. But Jerry Lynn catches him with a tornado head scissor. RVD flying most of the way across the ring there. Jerry Lynn with a senton. Just stamping on the gut of Rob Van Dam. Big kick right across the chest as well. Then dropping a leg drop. Lynn now drop kick to the back of the head of RVD, and all of a sudden Jerry Lynn taking control of this match. Remember, the winner of this one will have to take on Cactus Jack in the second round. Of course, that will come for you in a few days' time. I think the way I'm going to do it, slightly different to the previous tournaments. It's going to be, there's 2 brackets in this one. So we're going to see all 4 matches from the first round now. Tomorrow, we're going to see all 4 rounds from the first round in bracket 2. Then, what's the date? I'm losing track of days now. On Thursday, you'll see the 2 semi-finals and the final from bracket 1. On Friday, you'll see the 2 semi-finals and the final from bracket 2. And then on Saturday, we will have a full 7-match hardcore card for you. As we did, of course, with the King of the Cruiserweights as well. Of course, culminating in the final of the King of Carnage tournaments and crowning our winner. As Rob Van Dam now with the elbows in the head of Jerry Lynn. It just takes one frog splash from RVD to finish this one off. He's weakening Jerry Lynn, but can he get him in a position and keep him down for long enough to hit that? Went for an ace crusher, but Jerry Lynn forcing Rob Van Dam away. Rob Van Dam with a dropkick on Jerry Lynn. And now RVD is heading up top. Is Lynn going to stay down long enough for RVD to potentially go for the 5-star? No, he goes for a 450 instead. Wow. What I expect now? I was expecting a frog splash there. We went for the 450 instead. A bit more difficult, but doesn't go for the pin. But he does get a kick in the back of Jerry Lynn. Trying to bring Lynn back up, but Lynn was playing possum, catching RVD in the guts. And now into that air raid crash. There's the pin. 1, 2. It's only a 2 count. RVD kicking out. Jerry Lynn now booting right in the face. What a big drop kick to the face as well. Leg drop by Jerry Lynn. And it's a very back and forth match, this one. Jerry Lynn. Keep getting caught by people playing possum. That was it. RVD now sliding to the outside. What's he looking for here? A little bit of assistance. He's found himself a kendo stick. Oh, and Jerry Lynn finds that kendo stick straight across his chest. RVD bringing Lynn back up, but Lynn sending RVD into the ring. And like I said, it's just a very back and forth match. These two guys know each other so well. They've battled so many times over the years. Jerry Lynn now sending Rob Van Dam over the top. Referee, get out the way. Jerry Lynn sent on. Well, it wasn't a sent on, was it? It was a suicide dive. What a dive by Jerry Lynn. Now, can he take advantage and finish this match off? We've not seen many dives so far in this game. There's the pin. 1, 2, and 3. And Jerry Lynn picks the victory with that big dive. And it's going to be Jerry Lynn versus Cactus Jack in the semi-finals of bracket number 1. It was a very back and forth match, and I'm not going to say I'm surprised, but at the same time I did fancy RVD as the favourite in this one. There was a big dive by Jerry Lynn taking Rob Van Dam down. And that was enough to secure him the 3 count. And there we go. Jerry Lynn versus Cactus Jack in the next round. We've still got 2 more first round matches here for you this evening. Starting next, of course, with a big match between a former Combat Zone wrestling star and a current Ring of Honor wrestling star. And here is that match, of course, Dean Ambrose versus Jay Briscoe. And here we go. So this should be interesting as well. And two big names in this tournament, both, of course, former world champions in their respective place. Dean Ambrose seems to have stolen the belt from somebody. Okay, that's weird. This game is weird though, isn't it? In general, this game is just broken. Okay, I'll have to see if I can fix that, because I'm pretty sure all my championships on this game are currently vacant in exhibition mode, so I can't understand why he's holding that, but we will figure it out. We will figure it out. You watch Jay Briscoe now walk out with the women's championship or something. So yeah, Dean Ambrose, former WWE World Champion, former Intercontinental Champion. And of course you got Jay Briscoe. I'm pretty sure Jay Briscoe's Triple Crown Champion in Ring of Honor. He's held the Ring of Honor Heavyweight Championship. I'm pretty sure he's held the Television Championship as well as the Tag Team Championship as well, of course, alongside his brother Mark Briscoe. So I'm going to assume that that is 1 of 3. And this is going to be a cracking match, this one. Real cracking match. Is that it? Oh. It's a Punjabi prison match this weekend, is it? This Sunday. Sunday. See, the Punjabi prison match is always a match that's got a lot of hate in WWE by the fans, because they've always been really crap matches, but I think the reason behind that is because all the matches have contained the Great Khali. This is probably going to be the best ever Punjabi prison match. It's not that that's a very difficult moniker to take, but you've actually got Jinder Mahal who can actually work. Jinder Mahal at the moment has been carrying Randy Orton through the majority of this feud, in my opinion. I think Randy Orton has been really again showing his slow pace and just his unwillingness to really push on. It's quite frustrating really watching Randy Orton wrestle. Ambrose now with the DDT on Jay Briscoe. And Ambrose is taking full control to start things off. Interesting though. Like I say, both these guys determined to get a victory here today. Both these guys really need a victory today. Of course, Jay Briscoe doesn't often get an opportunity away from his brother in SWE. Normally is always in the tag team. Of course, he only went for the Adrenaline Tag Team Championships. I know they're going for the Adrenaline Tag Team Championships tomorrow, aren't they? Oh crap! I've got to record that. I forgot about that. I'm a little bit behind, aren't I? Yeah. So they're going for the Adrenaline Tag Team Championships tomorrow against DIY at the Clash of the Titans pay-per-view, which is going to be big, actually. Very interesting. So yeah, like I say, he normally only ever gets chances when he's in a tag team, really. This is his first chance as a singles competitor to show what he can do. Referee there getting a 2 count. As Ambrose now, big elbow right in the forehead of Jay Briscoe. And a stomp on the back now, as well as Ambrose now right hands in the face and slamming Jay Briscoe face first into the mat. Ambrose is not looking to make friends here, is he, by the looks of it? Jawbreaker by Jay Briscoe now on Ambrose. Takes him up into a powerbomb, though. And all of a sudden, Jay Briscoe now turned this one around. Like I said, Ambrose has dominated the majority of it so far. And of course, maybe the winner of this one will face off against the winner of our main event here this evening, which of course is Taz versus Sabu. And we already know our first quarterfinal, technically, isn't it? I keep saying semi-final bracket 1, but it is technically a quarterfinal, isn't it? Ambrose now getting caught once again into a scoop slam there by Jay Briscoe. Now slides to the outside. Is he looking for a little bit of assistance? He's got that kendo stick. There's a lot of action tonight, that kendo stick, and sees Dean Ambrose's skull now as well. Oh, and look at that single leg Boston Crab on the outside. Ambrose now sending Jay Briscoe back into the ring, and Ambrose grabbing a hold of his kendo stick. Oh, straight across the back of Jay Briscoe, now straight across the knees as well. Ambrose climbing up to the top. What does he have in his arsenal here? Well, Jay Briscoe's getting back up to his feet, but Ambrose is staying perched up there, stalking. Oh, a diving elbow right to the forehead of Jay Briscoe. Clever maneuver. Ambrose now a big knee to the face of Jay Briscoe. There we go. We promised blood and we've got it now. Ambrose stalking Jay Briscoe. And locks in the dirty deeds by Dean Ambrose. There's the pin. 1, 2, and no. Briscoe kicked out on the brink of 3. I wish they'd get these bloody animations correct, because the referee stopped counting and signaled 2 before Jay Briscoe's shoulder then had actually lifted off a mat. It's the same with the Money in the Bank as well. When we had the ladder match, sorry, we've got the ladder match tomorrow, haven't we? But when we have that, because I've done a few practice runs of ladder matches to see if I can get them to work properly, and just fiddle around with the settings. And it seems to be whenever somebody grabs the briefcase, and other people stop moving first because they know they've lost, about 2 or 3 seconds before the person at the top of the ladder actually removes the briefcase. So it looks a little bit confusing. There's Jay with the Death Valley driver, and has he turned this one round? Raking his foot across the face of Ambrose, and again stamping on the arm now. Big right hands and slamming Ambrose face first into the mat. Pin there by Briscoe. It's enough for a 2 count. Jay Briscoe can't believe it. He's back up though. Which one of these 2 guys is going to move on to the quarterfinals? Again, it's been pretty even so far. Ambrose just clubbing Jay Briscoe now into the pin. 1, 2. Notice Jay Briscoe's beard keeps getting really grey all of a sudden, then it goes away from being grey. Ambrose now with a kendo stick right across the back of Jay Briscoe. And now dropping an elbow in the chest as well. Ambrose big boot in the chest of Jay Briscoe. Bringing him back up, and Briscoe fighting back with the jawbreaker. Ambrose now with a front chancery though. What's Ambrose going for here? Oh, Briscoe fighting back, but no, Ambrose comes back, springing off the ropes into that clothesline. Drops into the pin. 1, 2. Ooh, that was really close as well, wasn't it? surprising me sometimes just how close it is. Briscoe fighting back with the elbow. Big right hand now on Ambrose. Ambrose fighting back with some elbows of his own. Went for a knee in the back, but I think Briscoe just went out the way, and there's a reverse power slam there by Ambrose on Briscoe. And now Dean Ambrose, what's he got planned here? Just stalking Briscoe in the corner. Oh, big knee strike right to the side of the head by Dean Ambrose into the pin. 1, 2, and no, again Briscoe kicked out. Wow. Ambrose cannot believe what he's seeing here. He cannot believe that Jay Briscoe is not staying down. Ambrose now, big elbow. Ambrose holding his elbow there, might have done some damage to himself. Or maybe not, he's gone back in with the same elbow again, so obviously not a lot of damage done with the elbow. Ambrose with a boot in the chest. Briscoe now just kicking the knee of Ambrose out. Up to a standing base. French Chancery now. Oh, arm breaker there by Jay Briscoe. And Jay Briscoe now just staring down the crowd. Now taking, Ambrose takes him up. Looking for that J Driller, and he hits it. That pile driver with the arms hooked so you cannot defend yourself. 1, 2, and 3. And Jay Briscoe knocks out Dean Ambrose here in the opening round of the King of Carnage tournament. And it'll be Jay Briscoe moving on to that quarter-final spot to take on the winner of either Sabu or Taz, of course, coming up for you next. That's a very bad camera angle that was. There's that knee strike by Ambrose. Wow, what a powerful strike was. And you see the blood just streaming from the face of Jay Briscoe. There's going to be some stitches involved for him, I think, to get him ready for his next match. And there was the J Driller. Ambrose folded in half. And Briscoe with a pin to make it 1, 2, and 3. So great win here for Jay Briscoe. I didn't think it was going to happen for a while, you know. There was a few real big hits that he took that I thought had finished him off, but evidently he had more in the locker than what I was giving him credit for. And Jay Briscoe is victorious. And here we go, the main event of the show. It is going to be Taz taking on Sabu for that final quarter, final place in bracket 1. That's a confusing sentence that I very nearly got wrong. And here we go. This is a match that has happened many a times across the last God knows how many years. Two incredible talents. And we're about to see one more classic clash between the two. Good old Taz. I was never really a Taz fan when I was younger, but the more I go back and watch the old ECW stuff, the more I realise just how badass Taz was. I wish we had a... did it ever happen? You guys might be able to tell me. Did Taz versus Brock Lesnar ever happen? Because that seems like a match that I would want to see. And that's why, obviously, Taz versus Samoa Joe... Oh, sorry, Lesnar versus Joe was so good, because they're very similar styles, and Taz would have been in there as well. Can you imagine Taz versus Joe versus Lesnar? No, you might not have to imagine it. You might be able to do it at some point. And of course, here comes the homicidal, the genocidal, the suicidal man himself, known as Szabo. Eventually. Where is he? There he is. Szabo will be desperate for that semi-final, quarter-final place. Well, be desperate for the semi-final and the final place, I suppose, as well. But quarter-finals is his first thing he needs to head for. And his cape is buggered up already. Oh, it's fixed now. Must have been like a makeup lady halfway down that fixed him up. you know. This is going to be good. I'm looking forward to this match. If it's anything like the originals, the real matches between these two, we're in for something special. Of course, still no disqualifications, no countouts. This match can go wherever the hell these two want to take it. If one goes in the crowd, it will go in the crowd. So here we go. Taz takes on Sabu for the final quarter-final place in bracket 1. The bell has gone and we are underway. And Taz straight away launching into his arsenal of suplexes. Bringing Sabu up now, just raining the punches down right in the face. Now a boot across the face of Sabu as well. Taz bringing Sabu up with a big knee strike to the face. Sabu rolling clear. Boot in the gut. Now here he goes, the Northern Lights suplex on Taz. Stamping on the arm. Dropping an elbow right in the back as well. And Sabu is in control of this match at this point in time. But Taz is built like a brick outhouse. And you know he can just turn this match around with one foul swoop. But Sabu is doing everything he can to have the early control in this one. Damaging the legs could be a good idea as well. But Taz now taking control of the match, slamming Sabu down. Now he goes some more suplexes, launching him across the ring. As Taz continuing the assault. Just twisting the head now of Sabu, just slowing him down. Of course, the best place to see Sabu is grounded because we know he likes to utilise a high-flying moveset. As Sabu just gets caught now by Taz, just wrenching back at the neck. Taz with a boot in the gut now. Front chancer on Sabu. Takes him up with a big double hand choke, but Sabu manages to break through that roll through. Now taking Taz into a power slam. There's the pin, 1. Oh, Taz kicking out straight after the 1 count. Little hint to Sabu there that it's going to take a little bit more than that to keep him down. Sabu, oh, just wrenching the neck of Taz now. And again, for Sabu, it's a good idea to try and keep Taz grounded because that's where he can't catch you and launch you with a suplex. Sabu, big splash on Taz from the top rope. Dropping an elbow right on the inside of the knee. There's the pin once again by Sabu. 1, 2. Oh, kept it down for a 2 this time at least. Getting closer and closer and closer to that 3 count. What is Sabu's finisher maneuver? That's a question. I don't honestly know. I don't remember him ever having a specific finish maneuver. It was always big stunts that won in the matches, wasn't it? And that's a good thing, really. I don't know. I know it's camel clutch. Is it camel clutch? Of course, from the original Sheik and so forth, wasn't it? It must be a camel clutch, I reckon. Taz now stamping on the back of Sabu. Gets on the back of him now in that reverse suplex. Taz now backing away, celebrating in the corner, maybe a little bit prematurely though. Clubbing blow against the back of Sabu and a big German suplex folding the genocidal, homicidal, suicidal, and lots of other idols. Sabu in half. As Taz looking for some weapons, he's got himself a baseball bat. Oh, but Sabu wresting that baseball bat away from him. Shows to the floor, and for some reason this ring seems to be a little bit absorbent. Weapons seem to sink into it. We saw that earlier on as well, didn't we? Sabu launching Taz to the outside now. Sabu lining Taz up. There's the senton over the top rope, crushing Taz. And we saw that pick up a victory for Jerry Lynn earlier. Is it going to be enough for Sabu as well? Taz looks down and out here. He's struggling. Sabu sends him back into the ring. Well, Sabu not going for the pin. He's taking a break in the corner. Obviously doesn't think this one is over yet. Drop kick to the side of the head of Taz. Now there's the pin. 1, 2. Oh, and it's only a 2. You must think, though, if Sabu had got the pin straight away there, he might have won this one. Sabu dropping an elbow into the back of Taz. Big springboard splash. Sabu trying to get a hold of Taz once again, but Taz fighting back. A boot in the face, but Sabu catches him once again into a snapmare. Now Sabu just twisting the head of Taz once again. Sabu now with a pin. 1, 2. Again, only enough for a 2 count. Sabu over the top with a cutter. Pin once again on Taz. 1, 2. Taz's eyes were shut. You see how little he had left in that kick out there. Sabu now in that very loose. It's not a camel clutch, but it's because you've not got the arms over the knee, but it's similar. Taz now German suplex once again on Sabu. Taz just stamping on the back. Taz bringing Sabu up to a kneeling base. Now into a suplex. Taz right hands right in the face. Taz dropping a boot and now slamming the arm of Sabu into the mat as well. Sabu big DDT. And Taz is struggling here. He really is. Sabu, oh, Houston hangover there, the front flip, leg drop, but Taz straight back up, no selling it, and Sabu catching a boot in the face. Into the corner once again, and Taz fighting back, DDT spiked, and Sabu's legs ended up on the top rope then, as Taz drops the outside once again, looking for some weaponry by the looks of it. Taz, oh no, there we go, he finally gets back in the ring with that sledgehammer right in the gut of Sabu. And now locking in a knee bar, Taz. Clever maneuver. Great submission hold, but always doing damage to the leg as well to keep Sabu grounded, but Sabu has his other leg free to kick himself free. Sabu now front chancery. Taz taking Sabu up into a powerbomb. Stacks him up. Referee so slow. 1, 2. Referee, man. That was like a 4 count before you even got there. And now straight into the Boston Crab, and Sabu taps out straight away, and Taz is going on to the next round to face off against Jay Briscoe. And what a great match this was between these two. Everything we expected came to fruition here. We saw dives, we saw weapons, we saw submissions, we saw suplexes. Everything you could possibly want to see from a wrestling match was encompassed in this one. And we now know then it's going to be Taz versus Jay Briscoe. And it's going to be Jerry Lynn versus Cactus Jack in our 2 quarterfinals from bracket number 1. Of course, that will come up for you in a couple of days' time. But tomorrow, we're going to see all of the first round matches from bracket number 2. So be sure to keep an eye out for that. Yeah, sorry, I've realised I've confused myself a little bit with how I booked to do this. Okay, I've done this a little bit wrong. Not to worry, it doesn't actually affect you at all. I've just realised that I'm going to end up with an extra episode, so I've got to start uploading these a day earlier, which means I've got to upload it today. Ah. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's done. It is done. Taz wins. If you have enjoyed this episode, do like and subscribe and all that other good stuff. And I shall see you tomorrow for our next 4 first-round matches, the King of Carnage pay-per-view. Bye.